Okay, for those of you who are here, please put your cameras on. And as I say your name, say here so we can check your audio. Leon.
Here.
Okay, Matthew.
Here.
Stephen.
Here.
Terrence.
Here.
Henshin. Looks like you're still connecting. Suhwa.
Here.
All right, we'll give Hanchin a second to log on and see if anybody else shows up. A couple minutes and then we'll get started. You should be taking out your class 4. We are on exercise 5. Still have about 4 people not here. We'll give them one more minute and then we'll start. Okay, most people here. Let's get started. Should be on class 4, exercise 5. And as it was last week and will be every week, if I think everyone's paying attention, we'll do something a little more fun in the second half of class. Class 5, let's read the passage together. Anderson, can you please read
Sorry,
first
I'm still
paragraph?
opening it up right now.
Okay. Hanchin here. Hanchin, are you having trouble getting it? Are you there? Okay, you are there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're in pretty good shape. Erica, can you put your camera on, please? Unless you're eating or something. All right. Okay. Hanchin, can you read the first paragraph for me, please?
I still have to open up the PDF.
Okay. Who's got the PDF open?
Wait, is it the longest journey?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then I think I can read it, yeah.
Longest journey. Anderson, go ahead. First paragraph.
An old adage states that the longest journey begins with a single step. If the journey is along the length of the 2,144-mile Appalachian National Scenic Trail, that step will be followed by approximately 5 million more. The trail stretches primarily along the crest of the Appalachian Mountains from Springer Mountain, Georgia, to Mount Katahdin, Maine. Known as the longest footpath in the world, it meanders through 14 states along the Atlantic seaboard. Virtually all the land over which the trail passes is owned by the National Park Service. The trail itself, however, is privately managed by 31 Appalachian Trail Clubs. These clubs, whose members are all volunteers, are punctilious about maintaining the trail and its markers. They also provide the Spartan shelters located a day's hike apart along its length.
Okay. Terrence, can you read the next paragraph, please?
Several million people walk a part of the Appalachian Trail each year. 100 or so travel its length. Entire length. It takes them up to half a year to do so. Those through hikers include people from all walks of life. They range in from teenagers to people in the 70s or older. A retired admiral, a couple on a 6-month honeymoon walk, and a veteran hiker who has traveled the trail a half dozen times may find themselves bedding down in the same shelter at the end of the day to recuperate from the 6 or 8 hours of strenuous walking. As the sun goes down, hikers enjoy the camaraderie that develops among these, enjoying a common experience. They can rub their sore feet, share their food they carry in their backpacks, and regale each other with stories of the day's adventures.
Okay. Matthew, can you read the next paragraph?
Perhaps the most remarkable through hiker is Bill Irwin. Irwin's 8-month adventure began when he set off from Springer Mountain in the early spring of 1990. It ended when he reached Mount Katahdin on November 22nd. Because his trip took longer than most, he had to contend with ghastly weather conditions toward the end. Such conditions included 100 miles per hour wind gusts and a blizzard that dumped 2 feet of snow on the trail. The reason his hike was so long and so ill is that Irwin is a blind person. He is accompanied only by Orion, his seeing eye dog. In a wry allusion, Irwin referred to himself and his companions as the Orient Express.
Okay. Kathy, can you read the next paragraph?
The trail's rustic charm is one of its main attractions. Although Irwin was unable to enjoy the splendid mountain views it affords, his other senses are so highly developed that through listening, feeling, and smelling, he believed he misses very little. He couldn't see the white 2x6-inch markers painted on trees and rocks that identified the trail, but he was never in danger of getting lost. To Orient, whose sense of smell is unusually well developed, it was easy to follow the odoriferous trail filled with smells of foliage, earth, and other hikers in their belongings.
Okay. Is Edward here? He is not. Stephen, can you read the next paragraph?
I saw it start at other hikers, right?
Actually starts at what is it that draws?
Oh, sorry. What is it that draws people to the
Appellation.
Appalachian trail? Some seek the challenge of exchanging a sedentary lifestyle for one that tests their strengths and wits to the limit. For such people, success can be e-
Exhilarate.
exhilarating. Carry a 50 pounds backpack. Cram it with hiking, para,
Paraphernalia.
paraphernalia while trudging with wet, police steering feet up a step held in a heavy downpour might not seem like fun. Those who have done it, however, say that to dwell on such time is to miss the point.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction comes from coping with whatever nature brings.
Okay. Erica, can you finish the essay, please? Oh, did Erica depart? Liang, can you finish the essay, please?
What class are we on? I just got the PDF open.
Oh, okay. So we're on class 4, exercise 5. The longest journey. And Liang, can you finish the essay, the article, please?
Other hikers set out to escape the hubbub of the city for a few days, weeks, or months of solitude in the wilderness. As they ignore mere physical discomforts, they say that they can escape temporal concerns and reflect upon what is essential and what is extraneous in their lives. Most set out from Springer Mountain and head north, but regardless of the direction hikers travel, many say that inner journey they experience is the most important one.
Okay, answer each question in the form of a sentence. If a question does not contain a word from the lesson, use one in your answer. Use each word only once. So, in other words, if you see a bold word, vocabulary word in the question, you can just answer the question. If there is no bold word, use one of your vocabulary words and flip back to the beginning of class 4 if you need to. All right, do these and then we'll go over these. Couple more minutes. And try to raise your hand when you're done, please. Raise your hand if you're still working. Okay, I'll give you a couple more minutes. This exercise takes a little time. All right, why don't we go over these? Number 1, Liang. Why do hikers owe a debt of gratitude to Appalachian Trail Club members?
I didn't find that one.
Because they clear the trail. They're punctilious with their clearing of the trail. Okay. 2, why is the actual trail longer than the distance from Springer Mountain to Mount Katahdin? Terrence.
Oh, I didn't catch that one either.
Okay. It's winding. Straight shot to a place, it's less distance, it winds around, so it actually takes, even though it's only so many miles away, it takes, the trail is actually longer than that. 3, what are some of the things that hikers might have to contend with? Anderson.
For this one, I said that they had to contend with like just the dangerous conditions. Is that okay?
Conditions,
They-
weather conditions
Yeah, the
specifically.
weather
Yeah.
conditions.
Okay. 4, what does the term Spartan shelters suggest? Hanchin.
Shelters for warriors.
Sounds like it, right? So the word Spartan,
Yeah.
if you go back, so this is
Yeah, but
harder
that's not
because
what
you
it
guys,
means.
you did the unit on the vocabulary last week, so you've probably forgotten it by now. Spartan means unadorned. It means just very spare, just very simple shelters, like no comforts there, just shelter itself. Okay. 5, why was Bill Irwin not in danger of getting lost on the trail? Liang.
Because his sense of smelling and his sense of knowing things is really good.
The dog's sense of smell, and his sense of smell too, but also the dog's. Number 6, what adage about dogs would describe Bill Irwin's relationship with Orient? Suha.
I said dogs are very loyal to their masters.
Dog is a man. So the adage is actually a specific line. So it would be dogs are man's best friend. So yeah. 7, why is the Orient Express described as a wry expression? Kathy.
I said because you couldn't see it at all.
Yeah. So that's part of it. You probably didn't get this one. So the Orient Express is actually the title of a book by Agatha Christie. And so it's kind of a joke about that they are the Orient Express because Orient, the dog named Orient, is taking them with. That was most of you guys probably didn't get that one. 8, why is it likely that through hikers would develop a special camaraderie? Matthew.
Oh, it's likely because since they can like enjoy common experience and share stories and everything.
Common experience. They're all going through the same thing. 9, what aspect of life in the city is absent from life on the Appalachian Trail? Erica. Did you get to this one, Erica? I know you had trouble. We'll skip you for this. Is Edward here? Yeah, there's Edward, who probably, I'll skip him once too because he might not have gotten here on time. Where is Edward? Edward, can you hear me? Okay. What aspect of life in the city is absent from life on the Appalachian Trail? Stephen.
I didn't really got there.
Okay. Hanchin, what aspect of life in the city is absent from life on the Appalachian Trail?
Nature.
What aspect? So nature is there in the city, but not in. So they're asking what's on the Appalachian Trail that isn't,
Oh.
or no, vice
Where-
versa. So
Uh,
it's a weirdly worded question. They want to know, what do you get away from on the Appalachian Trail? That's the word there. There's a specific word from the lesson they're looking for.
stress of daily life.
The hubbub is the word, the
Sure.
vocabulary word. But yes. Okay, 10. What paraphernalia would a hiker be likely to take on a trip? Suha.
I said like sleeping bags and like water and food.
Right. Camping stuff, basically. 11. How are the hikers likely to spend their evenings in the shelters? Anderson.
Well, for this one, what was the exact vocab?
Yeah, this one's weird. They're looking for regale.
Okay.
So they want to say that the campers will regale each other with their stories. Apparently, there's lots of different things that happen to you that you can regale each other with there, because it's a difficult trail. So there are difficulties that are fun to talk about.
Okay.
And finally, 12, Matthew, according to the passage, what are 2 reasons that people might hike the Appalachian Trail?
Oh, one of them is the challenge of exchanging sedentary lifestyle, and another one is the will to limit.
Okay, good. Moving on to prepositional phrases. I wanted to copy and paste some so you can. So prepositional, okay, I'll give you the spiel first. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. Some common prepositions are against, at, for, in, to, on, by, and with. So there are about 40 of them. And they tend to be these little words with the occasional against, some above. But a lot of them are those little words. And the way that I tell you to identify a preposition before you get used to what they are, I'm going to explain to you what they are and how they describe relation. But if there's a little word and you're not sure what it is and you can't place it as a noun, verb, or adverb, it's probably a preposition. It can be a conjunction too, but usually a preposition. So a prepositional phrase can function as an adjective modifying a noun or a pronoun. Darcy chose the bedroom above the garage. Above the garage modifies the noun bedroom. It may also function as an adverb when it modifies a verb, an adverb, or an adjective. That poem is meaningful to me. To is the most common preposition. To me modifies the adjective meaningful. All right, do exercise 1. Underline the prepositional phrase or phrases in each sentence. Couple more minutes for this. And again, raise your hand on the participants when you're done, please. All right, why don't we go over this? Number 1, prepositional phrase. Anderson.
The prepositional phrase here is form of art. Wait, sorry. It is, or this one I was kind of confused on.
I'll give you a hint. So a lot of times you look at the little words, right? This is the way we're gonna do it. At first, you'll get, just to remember what they are. Is a linking verb, so no. A and an are both, and the kind of look like them, but they're adjectives, so not those either. Preposition is of. Prepositional phrase is of art. Okay, 2, there are 2 of them. Matthew.
One of the oldest and of the fine arts.
Of the fine arts, yes. Not one of the oldest, but
of the oldest.
right, of the oldest of the fine arts. Good. 3, Stephen.
I think is of ancient times and about the builders.
That is correct. Of ancient times, about the builders. Good. 4, Kathy.
On huge labor forces.
Okay, on huge labor forces. Good. That's 1. There are 2 more. Before the invention is a prepositional phrase, and of construction equipment. The most common prepositions are going to be of and to. Look for those. Number 5, Liang.
Of early architecture and of stone.
And of stone. Good. 6, Hanchin.
Use clay bricks.
Hold on, I lost my. So it's actually in Ziggurats and at Uruk. Hopefully you're getting an idea. So a preposition demonstrates relation to something. Use clay bricks in what? In Ziggurats. Where? At Uruk. Okay, 7, Erica.
I don't know how to say this word.
It's Knossos.
Of Knossos.
Of Knossos, right. Good. 8, Edward. You there, Edward? Okay, Suha, 8.
Among the Grecian trademarks.
Correct for 9, but 8. What did you get for 8, Suha?
Oh, I said of their structures
Right? And there's one more.
with frescoes.
Correct. 10, Terrence.
Used as.
Use is what? It is a verb.
As a construction.
Okay. And there's
Okay.
one more.
Was widely.
No. So what was is a helping verb, or was actually is a linking verb in the sentence. Widely is an adverb. It's during this classical period. When it's telling you when something happened or where it is, that phrase, that's what you're looking for. It's during the classical period and as a construction material. 11. Anderson.
Number 11, I said of the Greeks,
That's correct, but there's one more.
and of the fine techniques.
Correct. 12.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what class are we on? I joined a bit late.
Okay. 12, we're on number 12. We're on class 4 prepositional phrases on page. Anderson, what page is this on? Because your page is different than mine.
We're on page 113.
Okay,
113.
sorry, thank you.
Okay. So Matthew, where were we? Matthew, number 12.
To the Greek technology.
Correct. 13. Stephen.
One is for concert, terracotta and bricks.
Correct. From concrete, terracotta, and bricks. What's the other one?
During the 2nd century.
Correct. Good. 14. Kathy.
Romans included the arch, the vault, and the dome.
Say it again. Which one is it? What did you say was the preposition, Kathy?
Romans included the arch, the vault, and the dome.
Okay, so we're looking for something that gives us relation. It's actually by the Romans. Included is a verb. If you see a verb somewhere, you know you don't have a prepositional phrase. So it's by the Romans. 15, Liang.
Of Roman structures.
Correct. 16, Hanshin.
Architecture originated in.
You don't sound sure of yourself. So originated is a verb. So I'm trying to give you so prepositional phrases don't have good rules. You kind of just have to figure out what they are. They describe relation in a sentence, which doesn't tell you that much, okay? So in this sentence, we know it's not originated. Why? Because we know originated is a verb. So get rid of that and then try to find it. Architecture is a noun. It could be the object of a preposition, but Gothic doesn't sound like preposition, does it? It's not. It's an adjective. So what's the only thing left in here, Hanshin, that can be a preposition?
In Northern Europe.
Right. In Northern Europe. Good. 17, Erica.
Buttresses, orchards, and wild.
That's correct. 18, Edward.
Gothic architecture seen in many cathedrals in Paris. I think the preposition is in many cathedrals.
Correct, but there's one more. So we know in is a preposition.
In Paris?
Right, in Paris. They can be just two words like that. All right, good. 19, Suha.
Of Gothic architecture and throughout Europe.
Very good. 20, Terrence.
Uh, 20, right?
Yes.
Of the past,
Correct. Two more.
of the traditions,
Also correct. One more.
in modern architecture.
In modern architecture. Very good. Okay. Exercise 2. Draw one line under each prepositional phrase and 2 lines under the object of each preposition. For instance, the name Frank Lloyd Wright is well known among architects. Among is the preposition. Architects is its object. I'm going to do the first one for you so you understand what to avoid for the object. Okay. American architecture, architect Frank Lloyd Wright was a key figure in modern architecture. The preposition you should be able to recognize is in. In modern architecture is the prepositional phrase. So the object is what? Architecture. Modern modifies architecture. So it's in preposition, architecture, object of the preposition. So do 2 through 20, please, and then we'll go over it. And raise your hand when you're done, please. Give you a couple more minutes. Raise your hand if you're still working on this. All right, let's go over these. Hanchin, number 1, or number 2, rather.
Produce designs.
What part of speech is produced? Is it an action? Is it doing something?
Yeah.
It's a verb. So it's a verb. No verbs. We're looking for little words.
Okay.
We're looking for designs is a noun. It could be the object of a preposition, but we know that produce is a verb, so we know it's a direct object. So it's for. For residences and commercial buildings is the prepositional phrase. For is the preposition. Residences and buildings are the 2 objects of the preposition. 3, Erica. Give me the preposition and the object of the
For
preposition.
their originality.
Right? What's the preposition?
For
Right? And what's the object of the preposition?
their.
There modifies originality. It's for preposition. Originality is the object of the preposition. You guys got that? Okay. For Edward. Edward?
Yeah. Sorry, hon.
So what did you get for preposition on number 4?
I got I didn't get to that.
Why did you not get to number 4 over the last time? Need you to be paying attention and doing the work.
Yeah.
Suha, number 4.
I said on natural forms.
Right? And what's the preposition?
On
Right? And what's the object of the preposition?
forms.
Forms. So it's usually going to be the third. It's a lot of prepositions are 3 words, and it's usually the third word. The middle word is usually modifying the object of the preposition. Okay. There's one more prepositional phrase in that sentence. Did you get that, Suha?
With a style.
Correct. And what's the preposition?
With
Object of the preposition?
style.
Okay, good. Number 5, Terrence.
Um, Design department.
Department is the object of what preposition? What's the preposition?
Uh, I don't know.
In department. Design is an adjective, so that can't be the preposition. It modifies something. Department. It's in department. And also, for a time is a preposition. For is the preposition. Time is the prepositional object of the preposition. 6, Anderson.
For number 6, I got on the side
Right.
and for clients.
Right.
Or sorry, just and of the firm.
Right. Yeah. So there's 3 of them. Right. For clients and of the firm are both prepositional phrase. What are the objects of the 3 prepositions? What is the object?
The first one is the house.
Nope. So the object of the preposition is actually in the prepositional phrase. On the
side.
Right. For clients.
Clients.
Right.
And firm.
And firm. Correct. Number 7, Matthew.
Number 7, walls of windows. Of windows, and the object is windows.
Correct. 8, Stephen.
Office, home, design, and office the preposition, and design is the object.
Very good. 9. So in that preposition, his and home both modify. Home modifies designs. His modifies home. Okay. 9, Kathy.
Was skylights for the primary light source?
Okay, so that is actually 2 prepositions. With skylights being the object of the preposition, that's 1. The second one is for the primary light source. So tell me this, in for the primary light source, what is the object of the preposition?
For?
For is the preposition. What's the object of the preposition?
Source.
Source, good. Light modifies source, primary also modifies source, and the modifies primary. Okay, good. Number 10, Liang.
Preposition is at, object is Roby House, and preposition is in, object is Chicago.
Correct. One more.
Preposition is with, object is surrounding landscapes.
Object is landscape. Just one word. Remember, the object is just one word, landscape. Okay, you guys seem tired. Take a break. Let's pick it up again at 2:11. All right, cameras back on, back to work. Cameras back on, please. Back to work. Okay, let's pick up where we were on number 11. Steven, what did you get for 11?
I get his own, and his own as the object and on as the preposition.
Own is the object, on is the preposition. There's one more. What about
I think it's after 8093, and 8093
after?
is the object.
Correct.
And after.
Okay. And after is the preposition, obviously, right? Kathy, number 12.
Of the most famous architects.
And what's the object of that prepositional phrase?
Architect.
Architects, good. And there's one more prepositional phrase.
In the United States.
Correct. And what's the object?
United States.
Correct, good. 13, Liang.
13. Near Phoenix that became White's home.
Stop there. Just near Phoenix. Just near Phoenix.
Okay.
And so the object is what?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, correct. 14, Hanchin. There are 5 of them.
Oh God.
Because you seem to be having so much fun with them. There's 5 of them.
Whoopi. Is in series?
So is kind of looks like one. It's not. It's a helping verb. Or it's a linking verb, right? So let's start with of structures. I'll give you the first one. Of structures. And then there's going to be 4 coming quickly. So you know a lot of these are prepositions. What's the next one after of structure?
With Bruce?
With roofs. Roofs. Is that right? Roofs? Yeah. With roofs. Roofs is the object. What's the next one?
Of canvases?
Of canvas. Canvas is the object of the preposition. What's the next one?
Wood and wood.
No, would and is a conjunction. So we're moving on past that.
All right. On walls?
On walls, good. Next one, last one.
Of boulders.
Of boulders, okay. It's actually a little easier when there's that many, okay. Good. 15, Erica.
In New York.
Correct.
Right. Creation.
Right, and what's the object in the second preposition?
Creation.
Creations, good. 16, Edward. Okay, 16, Suha.
To the structure and of seashells.
Good, what are the objects of those 2 prepositional phrases?
Structure and seashells.
Correct. 17. Terrence.
Oh, I didn't get there.
Okay. Anderson, 17.
Number 17. Of forms and from nature. Forms and nature.
Good, but there's one more.
Oh, by. Wait, no. Wait, is it by?
You're right. That's right.
Okay.
By the use
Oh,
is the prepositional phrase. What's the object of the preposition?
use.
Use, correct. 18, Matthew.
The one of his most famous buildings, and buildings is the object, and another one is in a small town. Town is the object, and the third one is in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is the object.
Correct, except for one thing. What is the first prepositional phrase?
Of his most famous buildings.
Right, you said one of his. It's actually of. That's correct. 19, Stephen.
The first one is at one end, and the end is the object. And the second one is over a waterfall, and the waterfall is the object.
Correct. 20, Kathy.
Of the most popular tourist attractions.
Good. And what's the object?
Tourist attractions.
Attractions, just attractions. And there's one more prepositional phrase.
In Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania, good. All right, a positives and a positive phrases. If everyone pays attention and we get through this quickly, and I feel like everyone's paying attention, we'll do something good after this, or something less tedious after this section. And a positive is a noun or a pronoun that further identifies another noun or pronoun. My music teacher, Mr. Price. Mr. Price just tells you who my music teacher is, studied with famous musicians. And a positive phrase is the appositive along with any modifiers. If not essential to the meaning of the sentence, it is set off by commas, often set off by commas. We rented bicycles to ride through that area, the most charming part of town. It's a terrible sentence. Don't ever write a sentence like that. But the most charming part of town modifies area. Okay, so find the appositives. In other words, think of it as X, this is what X is, and then finishes the sentence. That's what you're looking here for, a positive or a positive phrases in the next 20. Yeah, you don't have to do 48. Just do 20. Let's just do these 20 and we'll see where we're at after that. Couple more minutes. All right, let's go over these. Okay, positives. Big name for a pretty simple thing. Number one, Kathy.
The second planet from the sun.
Yeah. Immediately identifiable if you have a word, the subject, Venus, and then something set off with commas. And that's, in this case, the second planet from the sun. Good. Two, Liang.
It's two ordinary pretzels.
Two ordinary pretzels is a prepositional phrase. So let's look at it. What's set off with commas? Some people preferred soft pretzels, large pretzels that are warmed, to ordinary pretzels. It's large pretzels that are warmed because it tells you what it means by soft pretzels. Large pretzels that are warmed are soft pretzels. Okay. Three. Hanshin. This is a hard one.
My sister.
You could almost argue that it's my sister rather than Pam, but it's Pam because Pam comes second. It's my sister, Pam. But since it's grammatically, you don't really need the commas when you just use Pam. I'm trying to think if you would need it. My sister Pam. If my sister Pam is essentially the subject as it is here, you don't need this comma. So it's actually Pam. 4, Erica.
The rattlesnake.
Nope. So we're going to look for the subject. I think we should do this with our next. We're going to do subject predicate, even though the unit doesn't call it for us, because it'll clarify sentences for you. What's the subject? Rattlesnake. First of all, you ask, what is the sentence about? Who or what is it about? It's about a rattlesnake. What is the rattlesnake doing? Rattlesnake is feared. Helping verb. So we're looking for a positive, though. What re-describes the rattlesnake in this sentence, Erica? Set off with commas.
One of the most poisonous type of snake.
Correct. So that's the positive. We have the rattlesnake, one of the most poisonous types of snake. It's re-describing. 5, Edward. Okay. Rancy, do you want to have a go at one of these? Do you want to unmute and try one of these or no? Okay. All right, never mind. Thought I'd give it a shot there. Number 5, Suha.
Abbott and Costello.
Right, because set off with commas. That's your dead giveaway. My favorite comedians is the subject, and Abbott and Costello are those comedians. All right, 6, Terrence.
Oh, what number?
Number 6.
Oh, the first runner to across the finish line.
Correct.
I think I didn't respond to 5. Can I just do the next one then?
Yeah, 7.
My best friend Roberto is the treasurer. Best friend Roberto.
So my best friend is the subject. Roberto restates it. My best friend, Roberto is my best friend. So it's Roberto is the 8, Matthew.
The subject is asthma, and the phrase is a disease of the respiratory system.
Is the appositive. Good. 9, Stephen.
My last name is Derek Peterson.
Derek Peterson, because it's set off with commas. A positive. Good. 10, Kathy.
A former trumpet player.
That is correct. 11, Liang.
A group made up of chorus members.
Choir members. Correct. 12, Hanchin.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what's Beowulf?
Beowulf. Beowulf was a Old English poem.
Our assignment for English class?
Correct. 13, Erica.
A lumpy old chair.
Correct. 14, Edward.
200 story on the corner.
The 2-story on the corner. Correct. 15, Suha.
A powerful asset.
Correct. 16, Terrence.
16, a burrito and refried beans.
Correct. 17, Anderson.
Wait, number 18.
17.
Oh, 17, sorry. My neighbor.
is the subject, and what restates my neighbor?
My neighbor Diane.
Diane is the appositive, the subject neighbor. Okay, 18, Matthew.
The positive phrase is a combination of two acids.
Correct. 19, Stephen.
Not a very patient person.
Correct. 20, Kathy.
An American folk.
An American folk hero. Good. All right. So let me remember how we did this. I'm going to give you a word. You're going to write out a definition of that word, a simple definition. Suha, have you done this? Fictionary?
Yeah.
I think you have. Yeah. I think we okay. So I'm going to give you the word, and you're going to write out a definition, and you're going to email it to this email address. And I'm going to screen share a Google Doc and put up the answers there. Okay, let's do that. So your word. Is, oh, it's private. Why does it do this? Okay, let me do it to everyone. Anyone not see the email address I just put there in chat? You'll be looking in chat now. And your word is Aeolian psychosis. Aeolian psychosis. Make a simple definition and send it to that email address. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's gonna be tough to choose. And when I get these, I will start compiling them for the Google Doc I will share, and you will have to guess. So for those of you who don't remember, you're going to make up a definition. I'm going to put up everybody's definitions, and you're going to try to guess which one is the correct definition. And if you guess the right answer, you get 20 points. If somebody guesses your answer, you get 5 points. Oh, and I'm sorry, I should have said this. Put your definition in the subject line. If you didn't, that's okay. Guys are not very imaginative with this one. And not very specific. You guys need to be way more specific. Okay, I think that might be everybody. Hold on. Because you're all saying basically the same thing. Okay. That's it. I think that's okay. Okay, I think I've got everybody's. Anyone not? Raise your hand if you didn't turn one in. All right, I'm going to screen share the possible answers. All right, so your possible answers are Aeolian psychosis is a mental disease that causes crazy thoughts, having to do with nerves, belief that the wind is speaking to you, 1/256th of a Snickers chocolate bar, a type of disease, a diagnosis, an illness, a sci-fi movie, a psychological disease, alien science. So peruse these. I'm going to give you about a minute to figure out which one you think it is. And when I ask you to guess, put your answer in chat. So put the number of your answer in chat, not the answer itself, the number of your answer. All right, ready? Everyone put in your numbers. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Ooh, a lot of nines. Okay. Which is pretty close to other ones. So I don't know what a Q is. What number does Q represent?
I mistyped 1. I put 1 after.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people put a psychological disease. That is incorrect. Though arguably it is correct. So I don't know what to do about it. Who said psychological disease? I'm trying to find. Oh, I might have. Okay, who said psychological disease? Raise your hand.
I said mental. It was like,
Yeah, so right, so everybody said something very similar. This one was too easy because of the term psychosis. I'm gonna wash this one. Let's see if anybody got it right. I don't think anybody got it right. And yet, I think maybe everybody got it right because yes, it's a kind of. It is. Where'd it go? Where did my? Oops, sorry, I'm going to. What's it on here? The answer is actually 3. Belief that the wind is speaking to you. That is an alien psychosis, and it's arguable that that's a mental disease, a psychological disease. So I'm just gonna wash this. It was a bad word. Nobody really guessed it. So we're just gonna wash this one for next week, and we'll pick that up again next week. All right. We'll have a better word next week. All right, back to work. Let's go to. Where were we? Right here. Okay. We don't have to do the rest of the appositives, participles, and participial phrases. Oh wow, this is fun. Something, something, something that's cut off in my text. Nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. A participle functions as an adjective when it modifies a noun or a pronoun. A present participle always ends in ing. Past participles usually end in ed. The child watched the spinning top. Spinning modifies top. It's a verbal. It sounds like a verb, but it's actually a verbal. We admired the freshly planted flowers. If I said we planted the flowers, it's a verb. If I said freshly planted flowers, planted modifies flowers and it functions as an adjective. I fear you might not do well with this. These are kind of hard. A participial phrase contains a participle and any modifiers needed to complete its meaning. Warmed by the fire, we took off our jackets. Having misplaced my keys, I could not get into my house. All right, do your best with this. Draw a line under the participle or participial phrase in each sentence. Do all 20 of these, please, and then we'll go over them. Couple more minutes for this. All right, why don't we go over these and then we'll stop for the day. Number one, what's our participle or participial phrase? Hanchin.
The winding road.
Winding. So winding is the participle, modifying road. Good. Erica. Number two, participial phrase.
Knowing and raised.
So no. Okay. Knowing is a participle. And knowing the answer is a participial phrase. Raised is not actually a participle in this sentence because it's a verb. Participles are verbals. We need to go over this. They didn't give me a unit to teach you what participles are, so a lot of you probably don't even know what a participle is. We're get a feel for them right now. But raised is used as a verb, so it's not a participle. It's a participle if the verb is a verbal and it modifies something else and doesn't really act as a verb, if that makes sense, and it may not, that's okay. But knowing the answer is the participial phrase. Number three, Edward.
Shaking hands.
Good. Shaking hands. That's the participial phrase. Good. Four, Suha.
Guided by.
Whole thing. Guided by a strong sense of
Guided by a strong sense of direction.
Right. So you know that because when you see an introductory phrase like that, often they're participial phrases. Guided by a strong sense of direction. Guided is a participle there. Good. Five, Terrence. Participle. No participial phrase, just the participle. What is it? Is Terrence gone? Terrence appears to be gone. Anderson, participle. 5.
Number 5 participle lock or cage contain
Stop. Locked. It's locked.
or lock.
Locked is the participle. Okay. Matthew, number 6.
Playing Major League Hockey.
Good. Correct. That's the participial phrase. And it's also an introductory phrase. That's how you can kind of distinguish it. It starts off and then starts with a comma, and then the actual subject predicate, Raphael fulfilled, comes after. Okay. 7. Stephen, participial phrase.
Gianni racing to the curb for the mail every day. So it's racing.
So the participle is racing. The participial phrase is racing to the curb. 8, Kathy.
Having discussed the matter at length.
Correct. Also an introductory phrase. Good. 9, Liang.
Paying attention.
That is correct. 10, Hanchin.
Disappointed.
Is the participle. What is the participial phrase?
I was disappointed by the loss.
Correct. Also an introductory phrase. 11, Erica.
Thanking everyone.
Good. That was a more difficult one. Good. They threw that at the other end of the sentence. Good. Thanking everyone is a participial phrase. 12, Edward. Edward is gone. Is Edward gone? Yeah, I think Edward's gone. No more Edward. No more. Okay. Can't get out of here fast enough. All right. 12, Suha.
Creaking branches.
Okay, good. 13, Anderson.
13 finding.
Finding is the participle. Finding the assignments difficult is the participial phrase. Your homework for next week. Exercise 2. I'll put it here in the there's your homework. That will be due before class next week, and I will see you then. I'll leave that up there for a second. I have to go. I have another appointment. I got to go.